I'm recording myself drinking coffee. Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Quick Freeze's Game Room, and these are going to be my first pickups of the year 2012. That's right, the pickups I got for January 2012, I'm about to show you. So I got quite a bit of them. I didn't expect to get a lot this month because the only game I was kind of really interested was Final Fantasy 13 too, but I actually did pick up quite a good haul here. So let's get started and I'll show you exactly what I got, alright? Okay, first off, I'm going to start off by showing you guys the games that I got from fellow YouTubers, either as gifts or through trades or, buying and selling. So the first one up is Dream Trigger for the 3DS. Now, I haven't played much of this game, but what I can tell is it's kind of like a simulation shooter, very flashy, but very, very difficult. Like I said, I haven't put that much time into it, so I don't know too much about it, but from what I heard, it is an extremely difficult game. I only put about maybe like 10 minutes into it. So, but yeah, I got this game from Mike Sinister Moon. I traded him a couple of Atari video games for this game. I'm pretty sure you can get this game at like GameStop maybe like for $5 to $10. It's really cheap. I haven't personally seen it that low, but that's what I've heard. Alright, the next game I'm going to show you guys I got from Holly Hadouken, or Holly Dog in My Lens from YouTube. And I got this through a trade. I gave her Harvest Moon 64, and I also threw in the first copy, or the first game of Dragon Warrior, which is in the Dragon Quest series. I had two of them laying around, so I just threw that in. And I also threw her in a small My Little Pony action figure. So, but what she sent me was Skyrim for the PS3. I haven't played this game at all yet. I've only probably like dabbled in like the first few minutes of it, like 5 minutes. But I just been made a junk character, so I'm just gonna go around, explore the world for a little bit. But I really know nothing about this game. I know everyone loved this game in 2011. It's one of those like 200-hour plus, games like that. The world's amazing. The graphics are amazing. It's way better than Oblivion, which I really, really hope, because I didn't like Oblivion at all. So, but yeah, since she didn't really care for this game at all, she asked me if I wanted it and do a trade. She really wanted Harvest Moon 64. So, yeah. I said, why not? I'll try Skyrim. I did want to try it eventually. And she also threw in the Skyrim strategy guide. Look how thick this thing is. This thing is about 3 or 4 strategy guides put together. So I don't know if I'll use this all that much for the game. It seems like a hefty read to me. But yeah, she gave me Skyrim for the PS3. Okay, the next thing I got is from a good friend of mine and one of my co-hosts from the Press Start podcast. It's Mr. Technosqueak, and he sent me a Sega Dreamcast. I've had a Sega Dreamcast when they were just dying out in, what year? 2001, I believe? I don't know. But right when the Sega kind of gave up on the Dreamcast, I picked up one. But I didn't really care for it. I ended up selling it to a friend of mine. But recently, Technosqueak, he sent me a Sega Dreamcast. Why? I don't know. He just kind of sent me one out of the blue, and I really appreciate it. I made a video about it. You guys can go check that out. I'll leave a link below. But yeah, go check out that unboxing video of the package he sent me. And it was really great. I really appreciate it. And he also threw in 2 games with that. He also threw in Power Stone for the Dreamcast. It's a good game. It's a good co-op game, I must say. I played this singly, when I first got the Dreamcast, just to test out, see if everything worked. And honestly, I thought the game was a little boring, a little repetitive. You're just 2 guys on the arena collecting, and whoever collects the 3 stones first does the ultra power move and gets the advantage. But I could see this as a great party game if you play with, this is only 2 players, which is kind of like a real downer, because this definitely is the type of game that should be played with 4 players. So, but I heard Power Stone 2 is 4 players, so, they corrected that little feature for the second game. But yeah, honestly, single player, I don't like this game, but I can see it being a great co-op 2-player experience. And then when Power Stone 2, it's a great 4-player experience. It's one of those like Smash Brother type of games. And the last game he sent me Virtua Fighter 2 for the Sega Saturn. It's not in its original case, but that's okay, whatever. I don't think this one came in original case anyway. I think it was one of those free games. I could be wrong. Please correct me if I am. But yeah, he sent me Virtua Fighter 2. I had Virtua Fighter Remix for the Sega Saturn already. And it's a good 3D game. It's one of the first 3D fighter games out there. It's, if you had to compare it to anything, it's just like Tekken. You can knock people out of the ring. The controls are not the greatest thing. You can like jump really high in the air, but yeah, it's a okay game overall. So again, I like to thank TechnoSqueak for sending me the system and the 2 games, that he included with it. Okay, since I just showed you my Sega Dreamcast, I also did get another system, and this is a portable system. And I picked this up mainly because, listen to All Gen Gamers, and they said this game was really good. And I kind of always wanted one to begin with, so I picked up the Neo Geo Pocket Color, and this is it right here. I don't know what color you call this. It's kind of like a teal blue color, but I got this game. System with the box. It has a manual inside, and it actually came with a game also. It came with SNK VS Capcom Match of the Millennium, and people say this is the greatest fighting game for any handheld system. It's very spot on, a lot of features in it, a lot of mini games in it, and I must say they're absolutely right. When I first popped this in after putting in the batteries, I played for a good hour and a half. It was really good. Obviously, my first character I picked was Ryu. I picked all the characters from the SNK side, the Capcom side. But it's a really cool fighting game for a very cool handheld. I do want to go out and get other games for the Neo Geo Pocket Color, especially like Metal Slug. I can't. My brain fart right now. If you guys suggest any games for the Neo Geo Pocket, please comment below, and I'll be happy to look at them, and I might pick some up. I know Metal Slug is one of them I definitely want to get. So now, to go with my Sega Dreamcast that TechnoSqueak sent me, I picked up a few games. I got a lot of them, and this first one I don't really care for. It's actually the Japanese version. I can't really play it at all. But it's called Get Bass Sega Bass Fishing, which I guess in the United States it's just called Sega Bass Fishing for the Sega Dreamcast. Like I said, I cannot play this game, so the footage I'm showing you right now I got from a friend of mine. And it's an okay game. It's a fishing game. I'm not interested in a fishing game, so like I said, I didn't want this game in the lot. It just came with it. Next game I got is a cool RPG, and a lot of people told me that you have to get this for the Sega Dreamcast, and that is Grandia 2. And I remember playing the first Grandia game, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I haven't played that much of this game. From what I can tell, it's a great RPG, if it's anything like the first one. So people say this is an amazing, amazing RPG for the Sega Dreamcast, so I can't wait to get into this. And the next game I got is another game that people say you must have for the Sega Dreamcast, and that is Shenmue. And this game, it's one of the first games to include, quick time events, full motion video, quick time, you press X button while you're playing the game, stuff like that. So what I can tell about this game, it's very, very slow at the beginning of the game. I put about 10-15 minutes of it, and honestly I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So, but people say it's a really great game. People say you gotta have patience to play this game, and you know what, after playing it 15 minutes I could honestly see why people gotta have patience to play this game. It's not a bad game, I'm not saying that, but so far it's really, really slow. But like I said, I'm still only at the beginning of it. So, okay, the next game I got here is another handheld game, and that is Harvest Moon 3D: The Tales of Two Towns. Now, why did I pick this up? Honestly, I have no idea. I just kind of wanted a game where I could just I could sit and just relax and just play a game that I don't have to think about. I don't have to get frustrated or mad or anything over it. I just wanted a nice, calm game. And the first thing that came to mind was Harvest Moon. I've never played a Harvest Moon game before, and so I thought this would be a good start. Now, in this game, you have two towns. You could either be in the town where you raise animals, or you could be in a town that grows crops. I chose the one that grows crops. But I did recently just buy a cow, which I named Miltank, from Pokemon, and a chicken, which I named Torchic, also from Pokemon. And so far, it's a good game. It's exactly what I wanted. The story is laughable. You have to join the two towns in friendship to complete the game. And I found that ridiculously stupid. To me, the story doesn't matter in the game. I just want a game that I can sit down, play very relaxed, don't have to care about, and that's exactly what this game brings to me. Now, to go along with this game, I remember Holly, Dog in My Lens, telling me if you reserve this game, they gave you an alpaca plushie. Obviously, I did not reserve this game, but I was talking to Holly, and she actually had a second alpaca plushie, and she sent me one. So this is the alpaca plushie that you got if you reserved the game at GameStop. So, I thought it was kind of cool. I'm not going to do anything. It's just going to go on my shelf. But just the fact that, she sent this to me is really cool of her. So I thank you for the alpaca plushie and also the Skyrim and the Skyrim strategy guide. So thank you for that. Okay, the next thing I got up is not really a video game at all, but it's video game related. And I picked up the Angry Video Game Nerd Volume 5 DVD. I'm a huge fan of the Angry Video Game, James Rolfe. I love pretty much everything he does. So I had to pick this up. And also when I picked up the DVD, I picked up the Angry Video Game Nerd plushie. This thing is kind of cool, actually. It's very small, very simple, but it's very detailed. Look at this thing. It actually has the Power Glove on his arm. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, I got the Angry Video Game Nerd plushie and the Volume 5 DVD. And if you guys were ever wondering what the Angry Video Game Nerd would look like riding an alpaca, here it is. Alright, the next game I got here is a very, very old game, and a lot of people probably don't even see these things anymore, but I got Megaman for the PC DOS computer, and the reason why I say people probably don't know anything about these things, or very rarely, is because, you guys remember these? A 3.5 by 3.5 floppy disk? That's what this game came on. Like, who uses these games anymore? But yeah, the reason I got this, because like I said in previous videos and my podcast, I'm trying to collect every single Mega Man game released in the United States. Now, this game wasn't really expensive. It was only about like $30 on eBay, so you can definitely pick it up if you're willing to play this game. The game itself, it's think Mega Man 1, but like really, really crappy. You only have 3 Robot Masters in the entire game. There's no sound, and the controls are just awful. Now, I have no way of playing the actual disc version of this game, so I had to play it on an emulator. So, but it's an okay game. It's like I said, it's not the greatest Mega Man game. So, I don't know what game I would say is worse than this game. Actually, you know what? This game is probably the worst game now that I think about it. But anyway, yeah, that is Mega Man for the PC DOS platform game. So, okay, the next game I got up is a very cool beat 'em up game, and I love this game to death. I thought it was really cool, and this is based on a very awesome comic book event. You guys remember the day that Superman was killed by Doomsday? That day, everything stopped. Like, everything in the world stopped. Nothing was happening. And a few weeks after, maybe a month later, Superman returned in the form of 4 new Supermans. And they based a video game on it. And this is the, let me get this right, the Death and the Return of Superman for the Sega Genesis. And this is a awesome beat 'em up, you guys. This is probably one of the best Superman games I've ever played. You know, it totally beats Superman 64, totally beats the Superman on the NES. But I highly recommend you guys pick up Superman, the Life and Return of Superman for the Sega Genesis. It's a really cool beat 'em up. Especially you get to play as the original Superman and, of course, the 4 different Supermans that were later introduced into the actual storyline. Alright, going on with my whole superhero thing, I also picked up The Incredibles for the Dreamcast. Now, this is absolutely, like, my favorite Pixar movie, mainly because it's about superheroes. So, but I played this game a while back when it was first released, and I beat it. I really enjoyed it, and I saw this online at LukeyGames.com. Very, very cheap. I'll put the link below to Lukey.com so you can check out their store. But I got this game really, really cheap, and it's a cool game. You play as Mr. Incredible, who's really strong, the Elastigirl, who has the elastic stretchy powers, Dash, who runs really fast, and Violet with the invisibility and protection and force field powers. But it's a really cool game. The controls are, they're okay. You know, they do need some work. There are a couple of cheap deaths in the game, but overall, it's an okay game. I recommend if you guys do see this in the store, pick up just if you want to try out a very cool, unique, and cheap superhero game. Okay, the next game I got is a racing game, and it was kind of like requested to me by a couple people, Josh Games of War, Pete Dorr, and a couple other people. And this is Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing with Banjo-Kazooie. Now, this game is just like Mario Kart times, I don't know, 5. It's if you guys played Mario Kart, it's just like that. But the speed in this game, the weapons in the game, they're really fast. It's a lot faster version of Mario Kart. And honestly, it's a little too fast for me. It's not a bad game, but it's a little too fast for me. I know if I spend more time on this game and learn the tracks, learn the different racers, I actually race with Billy Hatcher. I think he's really cool. But yeah, it's a good game. I do recommend this if you are into the kart racers. But I just more prefer Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS because I've been playing a lot of that game. But like I said, if I play a little more of this game, learn the tracks, learn the different characters, and learn the weapons, I could definitely recommend this to people who are into the kart racing games. Okay, the next game I got out, and I was actually really excited about this game when it was first released, and this is one of those games where they released in, like, episodes, kind of like Sonic 4, you know, episode 1, blah, blah, blah. And this is Back to the Future for the PS3. Now, like I said, it's released on the systems, mainly the PS3, in different episodes. There's 5 episodes, but what this is all 5 episodes into one disc. Now, I heard from Mr. TechnoSqueak you could actually get all 5 episodes for free if you're a PSN Plus member, but I'm not. So, I'm the type of person that actually likes a physical copy of a game. So, this was a great buy for me. I got this $20 on Amazon.com, and what this is a simple point-and-click game where it follows the story of the Back to the Future universe after the trilogy. So, if you guys are interested in what happens after Back to the Future 3, then here you go. This is the game for you. Now, it has all the original voice actors except for Marty McFly. You know, who does the voice of that? Michael J. Fox. He did not do the voice of Marty McFly in this game. But Christopher Lloyd comes back to do Doc Brown, and I don't know who the people who do Biff and all the other minor characters, but they do the voices for them as well. So, I haven't put that much time into it. It's actually still kind of wrapped right here. But I will pop this in just a moment so I can actually do some little gameplay. But I'm really excited to get into this game. I heard this game is about 20-25 hours. So I'm really excited to play this game. Okay, this is my last game, you guys. I know it's getting kind of long. But this is the game I've been waiting all month to play. And it came out, January 30th, so about a couple days ago. And I've been playing quite a bit of this game already, and this is Final Fantasy 13-2, and I got the collector's edition of this. And what I can say about this game, it's an okay game. It's no better than the first game, but it's not worse than the first game. There's a lot of things they do in this game that are different. The whole time trial aspect I do like. Now, people say there's like no towns in the first game. Well, there's kind of towns in this game, kind of. Each time zone you go to is basically a different town, which is their own problems, usually with like a monster involved. But yeah, it's a really cool game. It has a lot of different features in the game. Like there's dialogue in the game where actually you get to pick 4 different options. Where if they ask you a question, you have 4 different options you can pick to answer the question. And depending on how you answer, you can get different items. You know, if you pick a more aggressive reply, you might not get an item if you pick a more passive reply. Boss battles, you know, like typical boss battles, just like the first game, but near the end of the boss battles, it kind of goes into like this cinematic cutscene where it has button prompts so you do extra damage. So that's actually kind of cool. One of the things I do like, there's Moogles in the game. You know, past Final Fantasy games, you know, they had like this cheap little rat thing, you know, that they say were Moogles, but not really. Like, they weren't the Moogles you would probably remember, but they actually put the old classic Moogles in this game, and they do have a very important role in the game. I'm not going to say much because I don't want to give the story away. So, I also heard this game is really, really short, about 20 hours. I'm about 7.5 hours into the game. I'm going to play a lot more over the weekend, so I'm really excited about this game. It's good so far. It's not the greatest, but it's good so far. Now, like I said, I got the collector's edition of this game, and I will do an unboxing. I already unboxed it, but I will do like a small, show you what's exactly inside, you know, like the art book and stuff like that. So, now, to go along with the Final Fantasy 13 game, I also picked up the collector's edition of the strategy guide. And this is very, very useful, you guys. Like, I picked up the strategy guide for the first Final Fantasy 13 game, and I hardly used it. This one, I've been using quite a bit, because the game does get complex at times. So, I do recommend you guys pick up the strategy guide with the game if you plan on getting the game also. So, but like I said, I'm going to do like a quick unboxing reveal, show you what's in the strategy guide. Really quick, not going to take very long. So, here we go. Alright guys, here we go. This is the collector's edition of Final Fantasy 13-2. Like I said, I already opened it, so this is not really going to be an unboxing. This is just going to be kind of like a showing you what's inside thing. So, as you can see, opens up just kind of like a book. And over here, I'll show you what's off to the left. To the left, this is where the disc would go. You know, the game disc. Right now, my game is in my Xbox 360. And the game is on one disc, just for people who did not know that. Now, in here, you got a small little pouch. Shows the soundtrack listing of all the different songs on the 4-disc soundtrack. So, very cool. Now, that's where the instruction manual also go. Right now, it's sitting on my chair. And then right here is the concept art book, which is kind of like a small little art book. It's really cool. Here's Sarah, concept art for Sarah and Noel. Here's another battle scene right here. Couple layouts of the different levels. More concept art. It's really, really cool. And then it gets into the weapons. These is the sword that Noel will use. This is the sword that the bad guy will use. I think his name is Callus, if I remember correctly. And this is one of lightning swords right here. And it does have some art with the monsters that are within the game. And that's about it. That's really the only art they kind of provide you within the collector's edition. Now, off to the right here is the 4-disc soundtrack. It's very cool. Each CD has about 20 songs on it, and it's actually a really good soundtrack. The soundtrack goes about $35 online if you look for it on eBay. So, and the whole collector's edition was about $80. So I've already saved $15 by buying the collector's edition in the all in one. So, but there you got it. That's the collector's edition of Final Fantasy 13-2. And that's about it, you guys. Thanks for watching the pickup video. If you guys liked what you saw, please subscribe. They'll be really appreciated. And like I said, I really want to thank Mr. TechnoSqueak for sending me the Dreamcast, Holly Hadouken for sending me the Skyrim and the Alpaca plushie, and Mike Sinistermoon for sending me the Dream Trigger for the 3DS. So, That's it, you guys. I'm just going to end right here by saying I'm Quick Freeze from Quick Freeze's Game Room, and I'm here to bring gamers together, one game at a time. See ya.